Have you ever tried to let something go in the past and it's just eaten at you on the inside? It's like, why is this eating at me? And you just don't know how to let it go. Well, I'm going to do a video today and explain to you how you can let it go simply and easily. And by the end of this video, you'll be like jumping out of your skin with happiness. So, the first thing, my name is Vicky Lord, and um, so when we're talking about letting it go, what we're actually talking about is letting go of the attachment to it because we're attached to an outcome, which creates certainty. So what we're really looking for is certainty. And so letting it go means stepping into the unknown and stepping into uncertainty. And for a lot of people, the variety and uncertainty is just so uncomfortable because it means deep change. And it's not comfortable. You're out of your comfort zone and your very beliefs itself are being challenged. So that's the first key is realizing that you're stepping into a world of unknown. And so when you come into the world of unknown, you've got two people in the equation because letting it go is often involved in another person. And so this other person, you have to realize, has their own meaning of life, and you have your own meaning of life. And you can't control another person's meaning of life, their journey, their destination, their beliefs. That's all up to them. And so when you're letting it go, you're working on yourself. And so when you look at the other person, you're like, they have their own meaning. It's not about me. So you can make it not about you by realizing that you've got your own way of being. And often when we're letting it go, it's a level of forgiveness that we have to work on. So, and forgiveness can be simple if you realize, like, if someone asks you to forgive, what they're asking for is, will you understand me? So, forgiveness is understanding the other person. And if it totally seems unreasonable and unforgiving, then you just look at them and they have their own reasoning, their own path they're on. But you can forgive yourself and you can make room in yourself, which I mean by creating a new mind in yourself, that you don't have to be hurt anymore. So you can let go of the attachment, the hold and the grip of the certainty, and realize that both people have their own view on life. And you don't both have to have the same exact view on life. You're allowed to have your point of view, and the other person can have theirs. So understanding each other is key to the first step of letting go. And if there's forgiveness that's needed, to have that as well. And so once you've let go of, or you've chosen to let go of the certainty and accept the unknown, then you can release the burden of having to have it your way because the other person is their way. And so when we're creating change for ourselves, we've stepped into this place where we're in the uncertain and we're in this place of change. And what's going to happen in this place of change? So you've accepted that things are just the way they are, and now you're in this place of change. When we're creating change in our body, I've got three tips here. Is one, we've created the repetition in our life that it needs to be this certain way. And so now we're letting go of the repetition, which is the belief and of the certainty, and now we're in the world of the unknown. So now the repetition in our life, which once was the repetition of certainty, it's this way. Now you've let it go. There's no more attachment that it's certain, but it's uncertain. And then we're letting go of the attachment to the repetition in our body. And what I mean by that is the feeling. So we've got the constant feeling is what we can change. So if it's been a constant feeling of control, you can let go of that constant feeling of control by realizing they have their own worldview and I have my worldview. And so we're going to go into some inner work instead of trying to control everything around us. So letting go is letting go of attachment and letting go of control. And for some people, it is such a big deal to go through. And but if you realize that your life is starting from within you, then it will be a simpler project for you to do. So after we've realized that we've been on the repetition of trying to control and now we've let it go, we can go on to the next stage, which is realizing how we conditioned our feelings to feel. And so we want to observe our life now and have a look at what repetition of feelings I've been feeling on a day-to-day basis, and what can I let go of, let the attachment go that I don't need anymore, and what will let me feel lighter and more joyful through life. So we choose that, and then we're going to move on to the next thing, which is if it still won't go away. So you're aware that you need to let go of the attachment. You're aware that you need to let go or release the feeling of controlling the situation and step into the uncertainty, into the unknown. If you're still struggling, then there's something that I call a root cause. And if you think of a tree growing up, the tree is all magnificent. And then down the bottom of the tree, there's some roots. And what happens with roots is some roots are just shallow roots. You can see them above the ground. Other roots are further down, and other roots are deep, deep, deep down. And if you've got some deep, deep, deep down roots, which are really stubborn and hard to get out, then that calls for evidence. And what I found in my own personal life is that there needs evidence to change, because sometimes the belief, if it's really stuck, can change by something so simple in life, bringing in new awareness. But then other times it needs evidence. And so what we do with this, so we'll use happiness, for example. So say you want more happiness, you want to let go of the attachment of control and just feel happy right now, but you don't believe it's possible, then you need the evidence that it is possible. So if you look at the situation you're in and you're like, how can I be out of control and loving it? What evidence can you prove for that? So if you go on a little hunt and you find what other people are doing to make them happy when they've had to let go, and you find the evidence that they have, then you can do that as well. So for me, I'll use myself as an example. So happiness for me meant starting a new career of writing. I'd never done that before in my life. I never even thought of the idea. But through my time of searching, so I was going out looking for evidence. Through my time of searching for happiness, along the path, I met a lady called Sharon, and Sharon showed me how to write, and that the evidence came that writing creates happiness. So if you're creating a new you, which is stepping out of the control into the unknown, and you know that there's something there that needs to change in you, you might need to go on a little bit of a journey and find what it is that's going to bring that. But back to the root cause, often we use the root cause for painful emotions that we can't let go, because when we're letting go of the attachment, it often holds a lot of fear, and it can hold shame or self-judgment, or it can be like people don't like me. And that's what we normally use to find the root cause, the stubborn cause. And then if they won't shift, then, and it's really deep, then you go on the hunt to find the evidence of what's going to bring the happiness. So sometimes, sometimes you need to dig deeper for yourself and find out what truly lights you up. And other times it's as simple as just saying, I release this attachment, and the other person has their worldview, I have mine, and I'm happy being me. And we work on our body, mind, and feelings ourselves. So I hope this video helped. And if you're looking to get to the root cause and develop more of an understanding of yourself, I have a course called Journey of Self, and it's a 6-part module that you can go through a wonderful journey and learn life, understand life. Because when I got shown this the beautiful inside of life. It was really freeing for me. So I know it will be that for you as well. Thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, give it a subscribe or a like, and I will see you in the next video.